This is a public service. It's an interesting sign. No privacy. No privacy. Looks like the chief's office. Oh, pardon me.
Thank you. Can I help you, sir?
No, I don't need anything. I appreciate that though.
Okay.
Is the chief in today?
What are we doing? How can
Is
I
the
help you?
chief in today?
Yes, if his office is open, but how can I help you?
No, no, I didn't. I just wondered if the chief was in.
Okay, are you recording me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, is it something for public, personal, or?
Yeah, it's for public consumption.
Okay, so, do I have to know that I'm being recorded?
Do you have to know? I don't know. Did I have to know that I was video recorded?
We're in the jail, but okay. Let me
Okay.
get you somebody that
I don't
you'll
need
be able to
anybody.
talk to.
I'm good.
Okay,
I don't need anybody. I
And what is
appreciate
your
it.
name?
What's that? No, I prefer to remain anonymous.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, I will let the deputy know.
Okay. I don't need anything. You can let them know that too.
Oh, that's fine. This is private information.
How is it private
I mean-
information if we're in public?
Okay, so let me let the deputy show it to you. Okay,
What's
if
he
you
gonna
want to
show
see
me?
it. Okay, if you want to see it. Okay.
I mean, I already got it on video,
Okay,
but that's cool. What was your name?
Joanne.
Pardon me?
Joanne.
Joanne. What do you do here, Joanne? Oh, hold on. Okay.
I'll tell you more.
Thank you.
Oscar, can I have the deputy come to the lobby now, please?
Tell them it's not an emergency.
Thank you. Right now. Thank you.
What do you do here?
I'm a correctional support specialist, sir.
So you're not a law enforcement officer?
No, I'm a civilian.
Well, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What's your name?
I'd prefer to remain anonymous.
So you want my name, but you refer.
Well, you work for the public.
Mm-hmm.
I don't work for the public.
You don't work for the public? No.
No, I'm a private individual. I'm one of the people. I'm a private individual.
Okay. I'm new.
I didn't need anything, man.
I
She
didn't know.
got you already.
I didn't know. I'm new at this.
Hey.
Oh, I got you. Hello, Joanne.
How are you?
Hello. Stressful? No, I'm good. I'm stress-free today.
You are?
Yes.
I'm not. Hi.
No, thank you.
That gentleman might have some stress. You could offer him some.
No, he's chilling. He's getting ready. He knows he's chilling. Do you need anything?
I didn't. No, I didn't. You already let her know, and that was it.
Okay.
I appreciate it though.
Okay. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, I mean, if you want to answer some questions, yeah, absolutely.
Well, what kind of questions are you trying to ask?
Training questions.
Okay, that'd be our training department next door.
I mean, specific to like deputies inside the detention
Yeah,
facility.
our training division next door can handle that.
So you know.
I don't want to speak for them.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's
I
just
feel you.
speaking out of my zone of expertise.
What's your zone of expertise?
Corrections.
Corrections.
Thank you.
So, is there anything else we need?
No, that was it, man. I appreciate you.
Okay. All right. Just let us know.
How about the chief? Is the chief available for a couple
I
questions?
actually have a meeting with him. I need to speak with him for about some things.
Okay.
So-
Chief, you have any time after your meet? Are you really gonna close the door
Yeah, it's
right
a
in my
private
face?
meeting with the chief.
You're gonna
with
close it
my
right in
chief.
my face in the middle of a sentence.
No, I'm
Chief.
waiting. Wait for you to
Chief.
finish and then Matt talk to the
Okay.
chief.
Well, can I see the chief while I'm speaking to him?
go ahead.
I appreciate that. Chief, would you happen to have a little time after your meeting with the deputy? It looks like your lunch meeting, so I don't want to interrupt that.
Well, I just got back. I haven't had my lunch yet, actually.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'll let you guys have your lunch meeting.
I appreciate
Do
it.
you have some time after this meeting to have another meeting?
Who are you?
I'm just one of the people. Yeah, I'm just one of the people.
What do you want to have a meeting about?
Constitutional rights.
I'm not an expert in constitutional rights.
Well, you swore an oath to protect our constitutional rights, right?
Pardon?
Did you swear an oath to protect our constitutional rights?
Yeah, but I'm not an expert to be.
Yeah, well, I'm not an expert either. I'm not a legal scholar, but I mean, you swore an oath. Seems like you should be able to have a conversation about it, right?
I have no problem having a conversation.
Awesome. Can I set up an appointment?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Would I set that up with you?
Yes, you would. When would you like to meet with?
How about when are you available?
Well, I can be available after I speak with the corporal here, and I've got about 10 minutes or so, and I can eat my lunch, get a little food in me, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'll come back at a time that you give me.
What time is it?
That's 10 after 1.
10 after 1? How about 1:30?
That's perfect. I appreciate it,
All right,
Chief.
no problem.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Do your best. Yes, sir.
Still good?
Go ahead.
Open or close?
You can close, I guess, it's fine. I just introduce myself. Dan Engert.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Your name?
I'd prefer to remain anonymous at this point.
All right. Have a seat.
You go by Dan or Daniel.
Either or, Daniel.
Can I take one of your cards?
Sure.
I appreciate that. I didn't actually think that I'd be able to sit down with the chief when I walked into the building, so
No,
you know,
nice. No problem.
I foolish to not take advantage of it when
Sure.
given the opportunity.
Absolutely.
What I do, I'm sure you've seen tons of them. I'm a firm believer in government accountability. I think that we need more accountability, so that's the only purpose of me filming in government buildings, is because you know, everybody needs to be accountable, myself included.
I agree.
Did you have a career in law enforcement before you went into detention services?
I did.
In Flagler.
In detention services.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I'm in my 33rd year.
Okay. Wow.
So. Yeah,
All in detention?
Yep.
Okay.
All in detention.
So I guess that, you know, I don't know. I assume that is different. Are you still a certified law enforcement officer?
I'm a certified correction officer.
Okay.
So there's certified law enforcement LEO, and then there's certified corrections, and I'm certified in Florida for corrections.
Okay. So, you know, I assume that it's the case. I don't actually know. Do you guys take an oath? The same oath that the LEOs take when they come into service?
Yep. It's a long oath.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot, and you know, hopefully you don't feel like I'm putting you on the spot at all when I ask the question.
I feel on the spot.
Fair enough. I understand that a camera can be intimidating, especially when you don't know what the person across from you is going to say.
Right.
So I've been talking to law enforcement. I've been doing this for about a year now, and I came into this thinking, well, I'm gonna have conversations with the police, and you know, there's maybe 20% of the officers aren't going to know the answer to my question, and I think I was okay with that at the time. It's kind of skewed a little bit, where in the last year I've asked this question to every law enforcement officer or corrections officer I've come up to, and nobody's known the answer, so it's made me kind of fearful. And the question is about constitutional rights. It's about the First Amendment. You know, the First Amendment, it secures 5 fundamental freedoms to we the people. And do you know what those 5 freedoms are?
I'll be honest with you, no, I don't.
All right. So, I mean, in a position of
But
leadership.
I can certainly
Yeah.
look them up and get back to you.
Yeah, no, and you don't need to do that this second, but.
It's been a long time since I went to school for that.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. That's fair enough. And the reason I asked that is because the oath. You know, the oath that you took. It wasn't to do whatever you do in the building. I'm sure that it's a stressful and high-paced job, but the first thing you did was you swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution. So I think that oath is a serious thing. I understand that you've been doing this a long time and
Right.
you don't have them off the top of your head, but I think it's something that should be not only on the top of your head, but on the top of the head of all of your officers. You've got an immense responsibility of leadership here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know the 5 freedoms secured, I think it's probably safe to assume that a lot of your officers don't know, because there's not importance placed on it. I think it is important. So would you make a good faith effort? And I think you already said, I'm going to do it right now.
Sure, absolutely.
So I just hope that that trickles down through the ranks, and that you put some importance on the main function of your job, which was to defend the Constitution.
Absolutely.
All right. RAPS.
Absolutely.
RAPS is a good acronym for it. Religion, assembly, petition. What's the other P?
Speech.
P, petition, petition.
Speech.
Well, that's an S though.
What do you got?
RAPPS.
Oh, I thought it was RAPS.
Press.
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 Okay, gotcha.
Press, petition, speech.
Press, petition, speech, and what was
Religion, assembly.
Okay, religion.
Press protection.
When you said rap, I was thinking WRAPS. I had it wrong. So
I've had a couple of think it was just like raps.
Okay.
So RAPPS.
RAPPS. That's religion,
Assembly,
assembly,
petition,
petition,
press,
press,
and
and
speech.
speech. Okay,
And you know,
that's a good way to remember that.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And we had a little, I understand anyway. I didn't witness it firsthand, but we had a little discrepancy at the beginning of one of my staff who wasn't aware that
She was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she was fine. She
But
brought
it's
it.
good-
She
it's-
just brought
it's a
out
good
a
opportunity
deputy,
to-
and I said she didn't need to. But, I mean, it's your building. You can do whatever you want.
Right. Well, I just meant that it's a good training opportunity for us to know that, to be able to be fluent, to be able to answer the question. So
Yeah.
I will definitely, I will remember that. I've written it down, and I will definitely remember it.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't want to take too much of your time up, Chief.
Okay.
So
Well, I appreciate your efforts and what you're doing in the community, and certainly it's made an impact here. I respect what you do, and I respect what you feel. Government should be accountable, and I agree with you. I definitely totally agree with you, and I think we've done a lot here to change culture and address some needs in Flagler County.
So how long have you been the chief here?
I've been here since January of 2020.
Okay.
And
So that's quite a time to come into this place, huh?
yeah, it was, and I'd never been in Florida in my life. I'd never vacationed here, visited
Okay.
here.
Well, where are you from?
New York, Western New York, Buffalo, Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And we moved down, and then 3 months into the, March of 2020, the world stopped. It seemed like.
Well, at least you came down here and you were able to be a little free, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
You didn't end up locked in a nursing home.
I have three of my kids, and my grandkids are still in New York, and I couldn't imagine, going through COVID the way they
Yeah,
had
it's
to
crazy.
go through.
And I
they
mean,
were-
it speaks to government accountability. That is government out of control,
Yeah.
thinking that it can do things to the people that it just cannot do.
Yeah, and it was just very, it was just surprising at how it seemed easy it was for the government to just take control. That was looking back, I just feel like
it's quite chilling.
it really was. I think that's the biggest thing. I just look back, and it was just, I think it was, maybe it was the it was pandemic and never gone through it. Maybe, I don't know what it was, but to think that do you know that at some point we could shut down buildings and require people to wear face masks and and you'd think that could never happen, but it did, and there really wasn't a lot of pushback. I mean, there's a lot of discussion about it now after the fact, but it seemed like in the beginning.
And I think one of the things is it's because everyone's just following orders. It's a phrase that's come down through history to be not a very smart thing to be saying. That you're just following orders. But I think that was a lot of the they needed masses of people questioning, and they just people, they don't want confrontation. This is intimidating. Maybe it shouldn't be. But
right.
It is.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit. When I'm driving my car, and police, car pulls up behind me, my heart starts taking a beats, so I know exactly how you feel about that. And like I said, I think it's a noble thing to go out and basically take some action to be accountable and hold people accountable. And that's why I have no problem, meeting with you. I'm sorry I couldn't answer the question.
That was all right. I think you'll remember, though.
I'm definitely going to remember it.
Yeah. So that's really all that matters. To me, I want everybody to know and understand, and that's why I'm out here.
Well, excellent. And I hope if you have children that you're instilling good.
Yeah, I do.
And instill that in your children as well
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely. So do you enjoy? has the move been good?
It has. I enjoy. I'm very glad to be in Florida. I'm very glad. I will say that I will take a blizzard over a hurricane. That I will say that blizzards were much easier to deal with. You know, you kind of were snowed in for a couple of days, but you know, you didn't have the aftermath of the destruction. That's just it's. You know, I was down in New Smyrna last week, and just
they took a beating.
Oh, it's sad. You know, it really is devastating when you see, you know, all that, you know, property loss and, you know, people's lives that just are, you know, changed forever. You know, I mean, just you know, in Fort Myers, I have some friends that live in Fort Myers, and you know, the roof came off, lost all of her, you know, belongings from her childhood. You just don't. You know, don't have those types of impactful storms up in Western
I
New
came
York.
from a cold environment also, so tornadoes was something you had to fear sometimes, but a tornado is a lot less terrifying than a hurricane. I guess unless you've been through a tornado.
I don't know. Either the wind just is a different. It's just seems like it's a whole different. I mean, the storm surge is one thing, but the wind just, man, it just does so much damage. You know, and once your roof comes off and you're exposed to the rain, that's what, you know, just completely just decimates the, you know, your property and so forth. And like I said, the blizzard, you know, very rarely, I mean, unless the roof, you know, collapses, and that's usually mostly in older flat buildings where they can't handle the weight of the snow. But normally you don't have, you know, there's no property damage. You might lose power a little bit maybe, but mostly you don't lose power because it's just snow coming down, and it's just, I'll take that over the hurricanes. But other than that, I'm glad to be here in Florida, and you know, it's been an enjoyable experience working here in Flagler County. I don't know if you're from Flagler County, but it's a nice little section of Florida.
Yeah, Flagler's nice.
It is. I feel like I've been to different parts of the state, and I feel like there's a lot of development in certain areas, and here there's still some of that old, you know, kind of charm, so to speak, you know, especially along the beach area and so forth, that I thought, you know, I don't see that in other places. You go down in Daytona, you see high rises.
It's built up for sure.
It's really built up, you know, and I really kind of love the, you know, the charm, I guess, of Flagler. So, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
Good.
Well, I actually walked down the street to find Bunnell Police Department, which obviously isn't down here, but
do you know where it is? Yeah. So they have a temporary location right now. It's so you know where the courthouse is, Government Services Building?
No.
Okay. So you go out to 100. All right. You take 100, probably 2 miles. And you'll see the courthouse, and you'll see the Government Services Building, two big
towards
buildings.
Palm Coast or away from?
Towards Palm Coast, yep. You're going to be heading east towards the beach. And then you pull in and go between the Government Services Building and the courthouse and take that little road, and then that road goes around. It's kind of complicated. There might be an easier way to do it. There is an easier way. So if you go down, just take 100, go past the Government Services Building, and I think it's called Commerce Drive. There's a Wendy's. Is right where there's a Wendy's. Make a right at the Wendy's, and that will take you around to where the new Sheriff's Office building's going to be. And on the 19th, we actually have an open house there.
19th.
The 19th, yep, the brand new building. If you take that road around, there's a stop sign. Veer to the left. Okay, that stop sign, and